lockdown. I was in Uganda, and there's one pastor. What's his name again?
Bujingo. Oh.
No, not the Mujingo. No. Pastor who? Some big guy.
Oh, yeah. Mondo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pastor Mondo. And I was really into fitness. I was so proud of my abs. I was like, I used to work out every day. And this guy came out during lockdown. He was like, these are poor people. Show me any billionaire with 6 packs. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, UG boy, let's talk to them. Let's talk, let's talk to them. Let's talk to them. Let's talk, let's talk to them. Yeah, I'm from a beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. Hailing with a 256, it's in my blood. That's a gem where the mountains rise, with stories untold. The tapestry of cultures unfolding, so vibrant and bold. A symphony of stars, a celestial light. The drums beating, echoing through the night, just like a beacon of light. A reflection that's coming up from the Nile. I'm flowing straight into the heart of Africa with timeless stories untold. What's up, Doug?
Two, one, let's go.
Welcome once again to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show, on the podcast where I bring your famous people, celebrities, regular people, anybody and everybody out there that wants to come on here, have a conversation with me about their journey, their life, what they do to inspire somebody else out there. And today I'm honored to have the one and only Mr. Africa, Stephen Muhire. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Stephen Muhire, he's going to talk a lot about himself. You guys have seen him. He's big on Instagram everywhere. He's a Ugandan and living in Germany. He'll tell us more. That's why he's here. And I want you to enjoy this podcast. Welcome to my podcast, my brother.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you. It's a big thing to have interview with you because you're an inspiration to many people. And if you ask me, you're doing great.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here because I've been seeing your videos and I couldn't wait for this day. Mm-hmm. I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Yeah, and like I tell my listeners, I've been trying. I stopped doing the online ones, but because of internet and because of some people don't have the good quiet place or good lighting and kind of looks bad on the internet.
I can understand, yeah.
But I give an exception to people that I can't have in our studio, like you out of Uganda, we can make it work to give this conversation to people. I was actually going to ask you how you came to find out about the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. How did you find it for the first time?
Well, I use Instagram a lot.
Okay.
And then how did I find? I think I found it through Melissa.
Melissa Malonji, okay.
Melissa Malonji. She's a good friend of mine, and of course she's doing great as well. She's ambassador of Uganda. Yeah. And that's how I found your page, and I was like, I really like, because I remember when I followed you, you were under 10K.
Yeah.
And then you kept on growing. I was like, yes, we are growing. I was so happy to see you growing that I'm also part of it. And I think I even started recommending my friends, like, if you want to do a broadcast, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's doing great. And I didn't know that you're not in Uganda. That was like something surprise. I was so surprised.
Yeah, that is crazy. No, a lot of people, even the people who are in Uganda who see this podcast, they don't know that I'm not in Uganda.
No, I was so surprised.
Yeah, so
crazy.
That's good. I like that. That's a compliment for me, and I really love that. But I appreciate the work you're doing too for the country, representing us. Yeah. I'm honored to have you on my podcast. Like I see, it's a privilege, like a lot of people say I'm honored to be on your podcast, but I am the same way honored to have you guys on the podcast because the guests are the ones that make my podcast even be there. People tell me about the consistency, the whatever, but if I didn't have these guys to come on here to share their story, maybe I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I'm thankful for the opportunity that I get from you guys to come on the podcast. Yeah, and one of your recommendation actually, we've already scheduled a podcast. He's going to be here soon. I don't want to
Yeah,
spoil
that's
it
very
for the
good.
listeners, but you just have to
Yeah,
wait. We have a surprise coming
that's
for
very
you.
good.
Um,
Yeah,
so on this
yeah.
podcast, I have 4 segments that we
Yes,
go
please.
through. One of it starts with this or that. You are a fitness trainer. Actually, why don't you tell the listeners who you are? Because the questions that I'm going to ask you are coming from everything that you do. Tell the
Yeah.
listeners who you are and what you do.
Thank you very much, Vash. So everyone who is listening or is watching, I'm called Steven Sande Omuhile. I'm a Ugandan. Um, I'm currently living in Germany, Frankfurt, and I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a model. I'm Hyrox Athlete. I don't know if you guys know
You're
Hyrox.
gonna tell it to us. I have it in my p- uh, things here. You're gonna tell
Exactly.
us, yeah.
I'm yes, I'm Hyrox Athlete. I was bodybuilder before. Um, yeah, and then
Okay,
I'm track and field athlete as a
okay,
sprinter. Yes.
nice. Yeah, that word that you just said there, I was when I was preparing for my conversation, I was like, what does this even mean? But it's a good thing he's gonna be on the podcast, so he's gonna tell us what it means.
I have information about that, and
Exactly.
yeah,
So this or
yeah,
that. These I asked you 2 questions. No,
yes,
not two
please.
questions. A question that has this or that, and you have to pick one. You can explain why you're choosing the other one, or you can just say
Yeah,
that's my answer, because
okay.
that's what I want to do. Modeling on a runway or modeling for a photo shoot.
Modeling on Runaway.
Yeah.
So the reason why I chose Runaway
Mm-hmm.
is because um, so as a model, you have to be, if you want to become a model, you have to be, there's one thing we need,
Mm-hmm.
it's confident.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be confident. And on Runaway, the more you do more runaways,
Mm-hmm.
you get this confident, you know, you become a true model. You get used to cameras, you get used to people, you know, that's how you build. So when you get used to runaways, then the photo shoots becomes so easy for
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. And on runaways, that's where you get jobs, you know.
Mm-hmm. People
You
see
get
you.
jobs, you get people seeing you, you get agencies, and it's always like a screen, you know, people are seeing you, people are always watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yes.
that's reminded me. You're the second person I've had here on the podcast who is a model and fitness coach. I had a friend of mine. Actually, he was in my studio, who did the
Yeah.
same thing, and it was cool to have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it also reminds me of the runway that you were on, and you were
Mm.
dancing. You gave him a little dance. That was amazing to
Yeah.
see it.
Thank you.
It's totally. I give you guys respect for that. Training in gym
Yeah.
alone or training with a
Yeah.
partner.
Training with a partner.
Okay. Does that
Yeah.
help you to go harder, or do you? Because some people would say training with somebody
Yeah.
else might slow them down. They like to do it
Yeah.
alone. But why
Yeah.
do you say a partner?
So the reason why I said partner is so at the moment I just signed a personal trainer
Okay.
to train me,
Oh wow.
you know. Yeah.
I don't. I
For
didn't
10
think you
years.
need a personal trainer. You know everything.
Exactly. That's why I chose partner because for 10 years, I started working out in 2013 and I was doing bullshit, you know.
Hmm.
I did competitions, I did everything, and I was training by myself. I was doing all the competition prep by myself, you know. And recently, I had a training with one personal trainer who is like really good. So he's preparing me for Hilux,
Hmm.
and he pushed me, and I don't remember the last time I trained that way,
Yeah.
you know. And since then, I'm like, I need a partner. I need
Hmm.
someone to push me through my limit. You know, I know
Yeah.
I know what to do, everything,
Yeah.
but if you're ready to compete, you
Hmm.
need a partner, or you need a coach, or you need a trainer. You
Yeah.
need someone.
That
Yeah,
is crazy. Actually,
and it's motivation. Yeah,
that's a life lesson right there, even to other things. Because for me, when I
yeah.
look at that, it's like you don't know it all. Like you feel like you know everything, but
No, no.
there's something somebody else can add to you. Like even if
Yeah,
you've done it
100%.
a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
If you
So.
see these guys who are like, for example, Chris Bums, he's like Olympia, I don't know, 5 times.
Hmm.
He has a coach. He's
Hmm.
been trained by coach Hani Rambo. I don't know. He's training him. He needs the coach. But this
Hmm.
guy, he's amazing. He has great physique. He knows what to do, but he still needs a coach.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So I believe with a partner, it's a motivation. Yeah.
Living in Germany or living in Uganda?
Oh, living. You know, when you talk about living, I would live in Uganda.
Yeah.
I would live in Uganda, you know. Um, being honest, I I love Germany. I'm happy here, very happy actually. I can't complain, nothing, and I can't compare Uganda and Germany
Hmm.
in many things. Like there is some things I'm happy here, and there's some things I miss in Uganda.
Hmm.
But if you say, okay, Steve, where do you want to live? You want to live Germany or Uganda? I would choose Uganda
Hmm.
because it's my home, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, Uganda is my home, and yeah, and Uganda is beautiful, you know.
Yeah, that would be the same
Yeah,
thing for me. Like, I can't
yeah,
complain. I'm happy being in the US.
yeah,
Like, I have a life here in the US. I work here, I live here.
yeah, yeah,
But there's something about Uganda and Uganda being your home, like that
yeah,
is special.
yeah.
Like, that is special. Like, you can't take it.
And for me, it's like ever since I left Uganda, then I fell in love with Uganda,
Hmm.
you know.
More.
Exactly, I fell in love with Uganda more. Yes, I'm happy here and I would live here for 10 years, like working, whatever. But if you say, Steve, where do you want to choose to live? I would choose Uganda 100%, you know. And Uganda is now always on my heart, you know.
Hmm.
That's why I never leave Ugandan flag everywhere.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, I've actually noticed that. Like, you always
Yeah,
carry the
no,
Ugandan flag with you everywhere.
always with me.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Always with me, yeah.
Fashion over fitness or fitness over fashion?
I would choose fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
So without fitness, I mean, with fitness, fashion kind of becomes easier, you know, like
Hmm.
you look good you know, you look good in clothes when you're in shape.
Hmm.
Everything you put on, like everything, doesn't matter how it looks good on you,
Hmm.
you know. And to be really, really smart in everything, like look good, I
Yeah.
think you have to be with better physique.
Right.
You don't need to be like with, I don't know, bodybuilder or
Hmm.
whatever, but with better physique, you
Yeah.
know. Put on a shirt and it fits on you really good. I think some of people train to look good in clothes,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So I would choose fitness. And of course, you stay healthy,
Hmm.
you look good. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. When I was asking
exactly.
you that, I thought about like fitness comes with a lot of other good things on top of
A
fashion.
hundred
Like,
percent, yeah.
and actually, fitness helps fashion to come out when you're fit. Like you just explained it. On Instagram we see you in fashion and fitness, but who are
Yeah.
you outside that? If you were not doing that,
I'm a guy who is like love learning.
yeah.
Like, so I would say I'm a student.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pursuing a master's in Spain, but online,
Oh, nice.
to become a fitness trainer for a football club or for footballers.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually, I would say, that's my main dream
Hmm.
to become a fitness coach for a football club, you know. So I'm a student right now and I'm doing my master's from Spain. It's been 2 years now. And when I left Uganda, I trained national team, I trained many
Mm.
footballers, and it gave me motivation that I can become a fitness coach for a football club. So apart from what you see online, everything, I'm a student.
That's nice. That's nice, man.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah,
That's a good way. When I played football in the US here for college,
yeah,
and we always had a fitness trainer with us all the time, and like it's pretty cool. They're needful. You forget about the Uganda life where we used to go to play, and we don't have anybody. You don't even have socks to play the football.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, when you get to play in these other countries, like you get to experience all these things.
That's true.
What was life growing up for you in Uganda? Now that I'm even just bring up some ideas back in Uganda when we played football on the tough
Yeah, yeah.
ground. How was your life like growing up, and where did you grow up in Uganda?
So for me, if I say I love Uganda, it's like I'm a true Ugandan. I've
Mm.
lived in a very, very deep village. I've lived in a small town. I've lived in the city, you know. So I've experienced all these three different lives, and and this makes me a true Ugandan because I know everything about Uganda. There's nothing you can tell me that I don't know. Like
Mm-hmm.
from village, from everything. I've walked without shoes,
Mm.
you know. So football, I used to play football without even shoes
Yeah.
back in the village, and that was also one of my talents that I thought I'm gonna make it to national team. And yeah, so growing up in Uganda, I think life became easier when I came to city, you
Okay.
know. When I came to Kampala, of course, I had my siblings, and I think I'd grown up, I was like a big person. That's where my mind was, okay, I need to do this. I started focusing, I started seeing how people, um, especially my siblings, I had some siblings that were really into alcohol, and I was like, I don't want to be like them. I stayed focused.
Yeah.
So it was really an open eye for me when I came to city. I
Uh-huh.
grew up from
Okay.
and Uganda, and then I came to Kampala. I was living in Kansanga.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Chitalanga. I lived in Chitalanga. I lived in many parts of Uganda, in Kampala
Yeah.
actually.
No,
Moyenga.
I know
Yeah,
Kansanga. I know Kansanga for
yeah.
sure because I used to live in Chibuli and then we would like go to Kansanga. That was a
I used to play football at Chivoli. I don't know.
okay.
I don't remember which
The Muslim
program.
school, the
Yeah, it
Islamic
was
school.
like no grass. I don't
Okay,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
like
think actually I know
Akataka.
Akataka. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. That's funny. No, that's crazy. It's always fun to like just reminisce, remember on like the
yeah,
life that we used to live
yeah.
back in Uganda.
Yeah.
But what inspired your transition, like from Uganda to go just your career now in Germany to do what you love to do?
As I say that my goal is to become a fitness coach for a football club.
Hmm.
So to work into football, I believe I was done with working in the gym, training people. I did great,
Hmm.
but it was time for me to switch to sport that I really love. I love fitness, but football was part of my life. I
Hmm.
loved football, even though I couldn't make it happen. But working into football would be really great for me, and that's why German was like, it's the best.
Yeah.
They are really good at football.
I
You
usually,
know,
I usually tell people football made in Germany. Actually, I was supposed to wear my Germany
Eh,
jersey for this recording, but I forgot. I have one.
I,
I have a
I
German
didn't. I
jersey.
have one,
Yeah.
but this is for my club as well. For
Okay. Frankfurt.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for running club.
Okay.
Called Eintracht Frankfurt. So German, they are really good at football. You find some like very very small league, like
Hmm.
deep village league, and they are really great. They have good facilities. They have good training. They are super motivated. They are talented, like really hardworking. Yeah. In Uganda, we really have actually good talents in
Yeah.
Uganda. We have really good footballers, but we don't have facilities.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's a lot of makes a lot of sense, and
Yeah.
that was with me. I think people are tired of hearing this, but like I do podcasting, but I'm also like a full-time aircraft mechanic. So growing up in Uganda, I really wanted that, and that's the reason why I moved out of Uganda to come and just chase that dream to work in airplanes. So
Yeah.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So
Yeah.
you won Mr. Africa
Yes, please.
2024. Congratulations. And
Thank you
it
very
was
much.
amazing to see your journey. And you broke the internet when you won. Everybody was posting about you. What was that moment like
Thank
for
you.
you when you had your name being called? And I know that was your fourth time
Yeah.
participating. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was a dream come true, to
Hmm.
be honest. For the first time, I was like, I don't want to do it. And then at some moment I decided to do it. And then they told me there is a Ugandan already, there is another Ugandan. But, I was like, yeah, we are two Ugandans. That would actually make sense,
Hmm.
me coming with experience because I've been there, I know what to do. And I thought we would bring heat on stage with
Right.
another Uganda,
Hmm.
And this was really tough. It was really tough
Yeah.
competition, and compared to other three, I mean,
Hmm.
everyone was really good. But for me, going to Sierra Leone, I wanted to win. You know, I wanted this win for Uganda. I was like, no, this time has to be for Uganda. We have to win this. And of course, I did everything by my own, no manager, no
Agents.
sponsor,
Yeah.
and yeah, but also being doing it by myself. was also motivation for me that I need to win. I need to do whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
So in everything we were doing, because we had so many things to do, and then they can correct points. I was always trying to be the best.
Yeah.
I want number one, or I want number two. In this category, I want this. I want this. I was always fighting, and yeah. So it was dream come true, and was really to see me like winning the first international title in Uganda,
Mm-hmm.
and the competition that I've been participating for four times
Mm-hmm.
was really a dream come true.
No,
Yeah,
that's amazing, and it's crazy that there was two Ugandans. I was gonna say like that was
yeah,
good for Uganda because it gives you two out of whatever two out of 10 chances of
yeah,
winning it. Like if you don't win it, maybe
yeah.
you stand
That's
a high
true.
chance at another. So it gives you more
Yeah,
opportunities for it to come back
yeah,
to bring it back home. And I'm happy that you
exactly.
brought it home, and we're proud and celebrating
Yeah,
to see you and your achievements. So you said you were a model, a sprinter, a fitness
yeah,
trainer, and now
yeah.
a Hyrox athlete,
Authority.
which
Yeah.
you're going to tell us what Hyrox athlete means. But how do you balance all those three to avoid like burnouts? Because that's crazy energy.
Yeah, it is crazy, but at the same time, it's a motivation for me to stay focused. So for me, you'll never see me drinking alcohol. You never see me using drugs or all these things. Why? Because I have goals. If I smoke, then I can't run. If I smoke, I'll get, I don't know, wrinkles. I will get bad face. I have to be, I have to be
Yeah.
with pretty face. So, so, so it's a motivation for me also to stay focused, because and you never know where I may belong. You may find maybe I'm good at sprinting, I'm doing records, or I become a top model, wherever, or I become a Hilux champion. So in everything I'm trying, I always try my best. It's not like I'm doing, no, let me do this easy, let me do 20% there. No, I always give 100% in everything.
Hmm.
So, and well, I have the energy. I'm still young,
Yeah.
and and I'm talented. I have
Yeah.
so many talents, and yeah. So I'm trying, and it's always also with hard training, and uh, I have a sprinting coach. I have a club. I have a Hilux coach, as I told you that I have now a coach.
Hmm.
So yeah,
What's
I have motoring agencies. Yeah.
explain to us what Hilux is like? What is involved in being a Hilux athlete?
You can be a Hilux athlete. You can decide to say, okay, I'm gonna train, I'll go for it.
Hmm.
It's a sport for everyone. It's a sport where you find every age. I think starting from 16 up, you find someone who is like 60. I think the oldest is like 70 something, actually.
Mm.
I don't know, like above that. And it's worldwide. It's
Okay.
world racing series of fitness. It's not like, oh, it's only in Germany. No, even in US it's there.
Hmm.
It's worldwide. And in this competition, you don't need a judge. That's one of the things that I really enjoy highlights, because you don't need a judge. You're the judge.
Okay.
You have to, because we race according to the time. We use time.
Hmm.
So if you're too slow, then it's up to you.
Hmm.
If you're too fast, then you're winning. Yeah, there's no one who's gonna say, no, you have to do this. No, I don't like you. I don't like your face. No, let me cancel you. No,
Yeah.
and that's why I had to quit bodybuilding into Hilux.
Mm.
Yeah. So Hilux is, I would say, what we do in Hilux. There is categories according to age groups. 25 to 30, from 30 to 20, 35, and you can win according to your age group. You become number one in your age group. But it's always about time. Um, and we have 8 kilometers of running
Mm.
and eight stations, like different workouts.
Okay.
But before you switch to another exercise or workout, you have to run 1 kilometer.
Mm.
So there is no break in between.
Oh wow. Is
Yeah, you
it
keep going.
is it
Yeah,
something like a 5K or those marathon or something like that?
it's something like CrossFit.
Okay.
But in CrossFit, you don't do this long distance running. And in CrossFit, they do heavy weights.
Okay.
In CrossFit, there is like heavy weights, some technique things. By Hyrox, we do it's function workouts where you do like more reps. It's more endurance. It's strength,
Yeah.
speed. Yeah, it's overall fitness. You have to be overall fitness. So if you come with your strength only, then you burn out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you push everything heavy, but then when it comes to run, you're gonna walk. Um, so you have to be ready. With like fitness overall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's good. I think
yeah,
it takes some ability to do that. Fitness is often like a mental battle. Like you have to prepare for it mentally as
mentally. Yeah,
much as
that's true.
physical.
Hmm.
How do you
Yeah,
stay mentally motivated and disciplined in your? I mean, I know you talked about like there's some things that you don't drink, don't smoke
yeah,
to prepare
yeah.
for that. Is there anything else you add to prepare your mind mentally?
So for me, waking up and say I have people that I inspire, you know, many people.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, you find your Instagram, someone has texted you, Steven, thank you for motivation. I really like what you're doing. You don't know the person, you don't know him, you have never met him, and this keeps me going. This is like be like, oh fuck, I need to do it. I need
Right.
to go for it. I'm inspiring many, and also remembering where you come from. I come from, of course, village, and I have a chance to represent Uganda. All these things that are, they prepare mentally. Be like, okay, I have to win.
Yeah.
People back home are waiting for me. you know, people back home, they don't want to see me giving up.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and yes, this is always my motivation to always do it. Yeah,
I like that a lot because that's the same reason people ask me, why do you keep you keep putting podcasts out every time?
yeah,
How do you do it? How do you stay consistent? I
yeah,
think about those people who have texted me, it's like, Bonnie, thanks for bringing Steven on the podcast. He
exactly. Yeah,
inspired me. He did this.
yeah,
So every time I think about quitting, I'm like, how is this person going to feel
yeah. You
tomorrow?
quit.
Like,
Yeah, he gave up.
yeah, I gave up. You gave up on
Yeah,
us, things like that. So that's really
yeah.
that's really.
Addition to that, my dad was a fit. He was really fit, and I'm proud to say it. Because like my dad was fit. He played football. He was a policeman. He was very sporty, and I'm proud to say, like, publicly, that my dad was fit. And I want the same thing. I want the same thing, in future, to hear from my kids, like, oh, my dad was fit. My dad did Hilux. My dad did, he was a model. My dad was, ABCD,
Yeah.
and my dad didn't give up no matter what. you know
Yeah.
and and that's it. That's why we keep going for the future, for to leave the legacy.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
might be similar, a little bit similar to what we are just talking about, but
yeah,
with a lot of people in fitness, they struggle with consistency. That is,
yeah,
even me, that's my biggest weakness. Like I do the Peloton bike
yeah,
cardio, like I do that.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to do it. But then sometimes I get busy, like with work, you come back home. What's your
Mm,
advice to somebody who is trying to transform their body
yeah.
but keeps falling off, like they lack that consistency?
I think what I can advise is, uh, you just need to set a short goal. You know, don't say I want to be like Schwarzenegger, and no, just set
That's
set
small.
one short goal. Be like, okay, I this month I want to reduce my alcohol. I want to start working out maybe twice a week, but with less alcohol. And
Yeah.
that's how we start. But you can't say, okay, next month I'm quitting everything. I'm done with junk foods. I'm done with I'm hitting the gym. You can't do that. No, you can't. It's gonna, you do it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then after that, you'll be like, fuck, consistency is gone. But when you say, okay, this week I'm going to work out, you may work out even say 7 days in a week, but the next week, even if you go two, you already worked out like 5 times. So what we do is you set a short goal, not a long-term goal. Short goal. Also with diet, you have to. People set diets where you do. like you you use that data for like a month and you're done. You need to set something that you can use always, something that you love,
Yeah.
something that you like, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always temptation, of course, with food, but you have to set something that you can enjoy as you.
That
Yeah.
is true. I think you hit right on. You hit the nail right on the head when you talk about start small, and that's what I like to
Exactly. Yeah.
compare. So since I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a fitness coach, I'm a podcast. I do this podcast, and a lot of people
Yeah.
text me because of podcasts. How are you able to do that? I tell
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
start small. Don't see my podcast and say
Always.
I
Yeah.
want Bonnie's podcast.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get there. You can just
Yeah.
start at a high level. Just start
Yeah.
small. Take it easy.
100%. And there's this mentality of saying that I can do it myself. There is YouTube, there is whatever. Come on, with fitness, it's like if you don't know anything about it, you need someone to push you. Invest, because if you pay a personal trainer, I don't know how many dollars in a month, in hour, you're gonna learn a lot from that personal trainer. You pay him, he's training you, but you're also learning. It's like he's teaching you. It's like you're learning like, oh, let's do squats. That's how they do squat. He's also pushing you, he's also training you. And then the next time, or after 1 year, you no longer need that train again
Yeah.
or anymore. So what I advise people who want to be like consistent, you need a trainer, you need someone to push you, because the trainer will help you to push you. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very, very important.
we've covered your fitness journey and what you're doing right now.
Mm,
But in your introduction, we also mentioned you're a model and you
yeah,
are now a well recognized Mr. Africa 2024. How did
yeah.
your modeling career begin?
I was very young, but I was already in shape, I would say. Like I had good physique, not very good, but model physique. I was a handsome young boy.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then I started going to fashion shows, and then I met one guy. He was called Steve K. I don't know if he was doing some runaway. He had some agencies. So Steve K gave me a chance to do a runaway at university at international. What's the name again?
Are you international?
IUE,
Yeah,
International University.
yeah,
Yeah.
East Africa. Yeah.
So exactly, and then that's how I started. And at some moment, I was not with him, and I had to do also training, and I couldn't get any coach. And then Abbas was also my designer. Kaijuka Abbas, I don't know if you know him. He's the best. You should
Okay.
bring him here. Actually,
Okay.
he's supposed to be here.
Okay.
He's the best designer. Like he's one of the top designer in Uganda. He's been there consistently, and he's also one of the guy who really helped my modeling career. Yeah,
Also, you mentioned something. There's often pressure to maintain a certain look and physique
yeah,
in the modeling world.
yeah.
Have you felt that pressure, and how do you navigate it?
The first thing in modeling, you have to take care of yourself. It's not about, okay, I'm naturally black, I'm beautiful, I'm what. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of that beautiful skin that you have. If you want to go for, I don't know, massage, they massage your face, go for it. If you need to sleep enough, you need to drink water, like to stay hydrated, you have to do it. You have to know, okay, I have to eat this kind of fruits for A, B, C, D. You have to do it. You have to always remember, I don't know, you take your vitamins, whatever. But all you need to do is to take care of your skin, because you may look good today.
Yeah.
People will be like, oh, nice. Or you take your pictures and then you apply for like an agency, be like, he looks great. By the time you reach there physically, they'll be like, is he the same guy? No. you know,
Yeah.
because you
You
didn't
gave
take
up.
care of
Yeah.
your skin. You gave up on your skin. Be like, oh no, I look good in pictures. I think
Yeah.
I'm enough. It's good. I look perfect in this picture. Actually, I look nice. I don't need to take care of my skin. No, you need to take care of that skin 100%. Yeah, and
Yeah.
of course with the body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Watch your body too.
yeah,
Um, is there any particular fashion show or
yeah.
runaway or brand you dream of working with someday?
Boss,
Okay. Yeah. Boss is good.
boss is yeah. I believe yeah, Boss is my dream
Yeah.
brand. and yeah, hopefully one day. And also working in Milan, Paris, London,
Hmm.
also these cities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
GQ.
my dream. That's my dream come true.
Yeah.
After that, I'll be like, I made it, guys.
I made it, but no. I go back to where you said we start small, and I saw your
Yeah.
picture in Nairobi on the big screen. How did that feel? And just starting from Africa, like before even you dream of Paris, where like just starting from Africa, from home. How did that feel for
Yeah.
you to see millions of people just watching you on a big screen?
I mean, I've never been to Nairobi, and my picture is there in Nairobi, not even in the village or in the city. I was coming from Sierra Leone, with my title, and of course I looked like Mr. Africa. I was holding my crown, and one guy saw me. I was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "I'm from Uganda." And then he was like, "Oh, unatoka Uganda?" Like, "Yeah, unaongea Kiswahili?" I was say, "Yeah, a little bit," And the guy was from Kenya, and we talked a little bit because I think we're using the same flight. So we're waiting for our flight to come, and we talked more and more. He said, "I can see your Instagram. You're doing great, but you're known in Uganda only, and you're supposed to be known in East Africa. Um, this crown is not now for Uganda. It's you brought to East Africa. And he was like, "I'm gonna make something surprise for you to be uh to be in Nairobi where I come from." I'm like, "Oh, okay, how are we gonna do it?" And some moment was like, "Yeah, send me this video, send me ABCD." I was like, "Okay," and yeah, I was on Billboard.
That was amazing. I saw it. I was like, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool. It's
yeah,
achievements, and just to see your journey. And a certain
yeah,
time you posted your pictures when you're in Uganda, your younger pictures and your journey. You're somebody
yeah,
who remembers where you're from and documenting that.
yeah.
And to see these wins coming on your journey, it's like you're living the dream, and it's amazing to see
It
that.
is. Yeah, I mean, for me, my first goal when I was kid or when I was a footballer was to represent Uganda.
Hmm.
At the football stage. As you know, Uganda, you always need support. You always need sponsors when you're a footballer. Yes, I had my sponsors, but for school,
Hmm.
I studied for free as a footballer in at my schools, and but beyond that, you need really support. If you want to make it to a pro, you
Yeah.
need a support. And my last chance to be a pro was a trial at Villa. I had
Mm.
a trial at Villa and I couldn't make it. I don't
Yeah.
remember what happened, but I couldn't make it,
Yeah.
At Villa. I don't know if you know Villa
Yeah, I know.
Jogoyang.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Villa.
it was called Villa Jogoyang by
Hmm.
then. So I played at Villa Jogoyang for like, I think, a month or
Hmm.
weeks. So for me, holding the flag, representing Uganda, like at the moment, it's like a dream come true.
Hmm. Living in Germany as a Ugandan must be like a culture shock. Or
Yeah, yeah.
what's the hardest part about adjusting to life in Germany when you got there? I know the language is different, and like people.
To be honest, I was really lucky that I live in a city where you find like international people.
Mm,
Uh, Frankfurt, it's called Frankfurt. Frankfurt is like it's not a village. It's not a village. So you meet international people. You meet people who can speak. I think that's one of the reason why I can't speak German at the moment.
mm,
I can speak a little bit. Ein bisschen, that's how you say it.
yeah.
But I can't really speak, like why? Because everyone speaks English here,
Hmm.
not in the village, but in Frankfurt, people speak English and they are really good. At work, I was speaking English all the time, and I was comfortable to learn German. I was like, yeah, I think it's good. And people here in Frankfurt are open-minded. I would say that, to be honest. I mean, you hear a lot about German that people are cold. That's true somewhere else, wherever. But I personally, I'm always like lucky to meet people who are like open-minded, who have same energy, you know. And for me, it's difficult for me
Yeah.
to to come near me and you remain cold.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
A vibey person, like
I'm a
vibes.
vibe person,
Yeah.
I'm a vibe person. You just spend with me 10 minutes and you're like, I like this
Yeah.
guy.
I think that's how I felt too when I got connected
Yeah,
to you. Even the first conversation we did, I'm like, I like those kind of people. Like even I'm like
yeah,
that. I meet somebody, it doesn't matter if we're meeting for the first time, I don't know you,
yeah,
the vibes
yeah,
match, we're just gonna kick it and we're just gonna have a
yeah,
conversation and just talk. Um,
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
what are some of the major differences you've noticed between the
yeah,
fashion and fitness industries in Germany and
yeah,
Uganda? I know there's a lot. Like people in Uganda, I've seen some people who are lifting weights and they just have like cements and the
yeah, yeah,
paint buckets on the
yeah.
side and they just do whatever, use what. I mean, now they have gyms in Uganda though, like they have like gyms and equipment. But
Good gyms. Yeah.
what are some of the differences you've noticed between the two countries?
So I'll start with being in a good shape. If you're in shape in Uganda,
Mm-hmm.
people will be like, yeah, he's in shape. Good. Maybe they will take you for granted. They will say he's in shape. Maybe he has no money. He's just muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And here, if you're in shape, then they call you rich. They say they appreciate you. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they really respect that person. I think that's one of the reasons that I have, I've been, treated well ever since I came here because I'm always in shape. And people respect that.
Mm-hmm.
People come to you be like, how did you get that abs? How can you get such a body? They ask.
Mm-hmm.
In Uganda, I don't think they ask. No,
No.
they would be like, he's he's just in shape. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just how do you call it? Just Mavere,
But man,
Bifuba.
I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
somebody who said like you have AI abs.
exactly.
People
It's
just
always like that. I
yeah.
remember in lockdown, I was in Uganda, and there's one pastor. What's his name again?
Bujingo.
Mabuga, Mabu.
Oh no.
No, 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 not the Mujingo. No, no. Pastor who? Some big guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mondo.
Mondo,
Yeah.
nice. Pastor Mondo. And I was really into fitness. I was so proud with my abs. I was like, I used to work out every day. And this guy came out during lockdown. He was like, these are poor people. Show me any billionaire with six packs, blah, 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 blah. And this was like my motivation. Like, I want to work hard. I want to be with both. I want to be with my abs and I want to be with my money. I
Mm-hmm.
still remember that video. I really remember that because people are laughing. I think so many people send it to me, and
Mm-hmm.
for me, it hit me so bad. I was like, I need to have both. You're
Mm-hmm.
right, that's true, but I need to have both.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many billionaires with six packs.
Yeah.
And and this is kind of the energy that we have. You never find someone like Mondo here in Germany saying you don't look good, you look good, but you're poor. No, we don't have that. He's gonna ask. He will come for you for advice. How do you do that? How do I get in shape like
Mm-hmm.
you?
Mm-hmm.
You know. And in fitness industry in Kampala at the moment, like especially gyms, they're actually doing great. You know,
Mm.
they are really doing great. If you see, for example, Fitness Junction, where I used to work, think same thing here. It's
Yeah.
like same. The gym is really good. If you go to, I don't know, Speak apartments, gyms, we have very, very good gyms right now in Uganda.
Yeah.
They are really doing great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's cool to see even our age mates like going to the gyms and just
Yeah.
thinking about that. It's really good. When we were growing up, like we didn't have those kinds of stuff there, but now it's good to see that it's improved and people are actually considering
Yeah.
that not to have the energy of the one guy you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's always like negative energy and negative thoughts about people. Um,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you stay connected to your Ugandan roots while you're in Germany? Is there anything you do? You like to watch videos from Uganda? Do you have a
Um,
Ugandan community there?
where I would say now I'm trying to have businesses in Uganda.
Okay.
Um, like right now I have one company I work with and I'm a director. It's a touring company.
Mm,
They just gave me a role as a director and German agent, and I'll be, trying to introduce Uganda through that company that people can always visit through our company. And yeah, of course, I have so many pages that I follow on Instagram, and I'm always happy to see Ugandan video, what's happening in Uganda. And I have also friends who are always telling me what's happening. I think sometimes I know things that happen in Uganda than people who are living there, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I always want to know what's happening. Yeah, and I'm always happy also to share like this is Uganda, guys. If you wanna visit, you can go. It's very safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of people back home have some negative energy about us who are in abroad, but I feel like even
mm,
from having a conversation with some people who are in abroad,
mm,
we're actually doing a lot to promote our country wherever we are. I
yeah,
started this podcast because I want to bring my Ugandans to talk about what they do because and to change this perception. So the podcast is to help the inspire the kids back in Uganda, but also
mm.
to help these people in America to understand like, oh, Uganda is not just a third world country. They have people
That's
who
true.
do like fitness. They have people.
Yeah,
So when my friends in the US tune into my podcast, they listen to your
yeah,
Janice, Stephen. They listen to a musician in Uganda. They listen to a producer. They listen.
yeah.
It opens their minds. They're like, oh, Uganda is not just a hut because they think we all live in huts and we all like poor or.
That
But
that's very true. Yeah,
I just had a conversation with Lukman Ali, who makes Ugandan films, and he was the
yeah,
same thing. He's saying the same thing. Like you see these films that people make and bring to the US or the Europe about Uganda.
mm.
It's about people in poverty, but
Poverty,
they
poor.
don't
Yeah,
show like the better side of Uganda. Like even this,
yeah,
and some of these Ugandans don't know, but even the countries we live in, like US, I got an opportunity to go to Los Angeles downtown.
yeah,
In
yeah,
LA, you
yeah.
see like homeless people sleeping on the floor. Is this is
Mm.
America, like, but
Yeah.
you never see that part of America when you're in Uganda. What you see is the New York City people
New
driving
York
expensive.
City. Yeah,
When I was in Uganda, I thought people in America don't drive old cars until I
yeah,
got here. You see
yeah,
a beat up car that's even worse than the cars you've seen in Uganda, but they don't tell
yeah,
you that, and but they like to share that side about Uganda,
yeah.
and we're doing a good job to promote that.
When I think when I came, I was in Poland, and then one boy asked me, he was like, "Is Uganda poor? Are you guys? Is everyone poor in Uganda?" I said, I said, "Do you th how?" I was like, "Yeah, that's a very good question." And then I asked him, "Do you think in Poland everyone is rich?" Like, no, we have rich people, we have middle class, and we have poor people, homeless. I was like, same in Uganda. I was like, exactly the same. There's no different.
Hmm.
Same. We have homeless people, we have rich people, middle class, and we have very rich people,
Hmm.
you know. And you'll be surprised you spend a year without seeing a big car, a very expensive car on the street. But if you go to Uganda, you're gonna see like five of them.
Hmm.
You know, people are there with money.
Yeah.
People, we have very poor people, we have rich people, and they are there. It's same. We have homeless people everywhere,
All right.
you know. Yeah.
No, that's definitely true. Anyway,
Mm.
we're coming close to the end of this podcast because of the people and the people's listening span. Some
Yeah.
people don't like to for an hour, but we're gonna wrap it up here quick. But you've
Yeah.
accomplished a lot of things at just 27: modeling,
Thank you.
fitness,
Thank you very
athletics,
much.
pursuing
I'm
higher
trying.
education.
Mm, mm.
What drives you to keep? What drives you to keep pushing? I know I've asked you this question like 3 times, like what drives
Yeah.
you, and you just come back to the same thing. But I wanted to acknowledge that. What drives you
Yeah.
to achieve all these things?
Where I come from,
Yeah.
where I come from is, as I said, I grew up from village. I'm not coming from rich family or something. Seeing this process coming from village to Kampala, and when I left Uganda, I was actually a good trainer. I was among the top trainers,
Hmm.
and I'm also proud of that. That my process also started from Uganda. Was really so that's my motivation to keep going, and I don't
Hmm.
think I want to give up.
Yeah.
There's no giving up, and I believe every year there's always a step for me.
Hmm.
If I'm not wrong, I every year I'm winning something.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
winning a title.
Uh-huh.
You know,
That's good.
I think 2022 I won Mr. Central Uganda
Hmm.
actually, and then 2023 I won Mr. Body of Africa, and then 2024 I won Mr. Africa International, and this is like it's a motivation for me because I feel like I work so hard for that and I deserve that. I deserve all the best, to be honest.
I agree
Yeah,
with you. You know
yeah,
where you came from, you know what you've
yeah.
been through, and you've put in the time. It's not something that you're
That's true.
winning because you're just
Yeah,
sitting there. No, you put in the time, and you
yeah.
deserve everything that you win.
Yeah,
One day I was on TikTok and I was
yeah,
watching another coach something in Uganda. I don't remember his name, coach something, but he had a
yeah.
message he was sending out to the ministry in Uganda. He
Mm,
was saying
mm,
that the ministry should have a day of just
mm,
fitness. Like people should not drive cars to
mm,
Kampala. They should just walk. There should not be cars in Kampala.
mm,
People should
mm,
just walk. Just a national day of fitness. What do you
mm.
think about that idea?
The thing is, in Uganda, we have very good trainers. Trust me, very good. 100%. I would recommend every trainer in Uganda. But we lack one thing, cooperation, to work together. All this trainer, so imagine one trainer came out and said that idea, which is brilliant idea, very good. But what about if they come together as all the trainers in Uganda and they support that idea, and they push it to the government? Because in Uganda, one voice can't be heard.
Mm-mm,
But if there are so many voices, then they can listen.
mm-hmm,
They'll be like, okay, okay, that they are saying the same thing. You get my point.
mm-hmm.
So in Uganda, as trainers, I just want them to work together. You know,
Yeah.
I've tried that. I've tried before leaving Uganda, I started organizing football matches. Of course, I enjoy football, and all the trainers, most of them, they are like from football into fitness. You know, so I figured out if I organize a football match, all the fitness trainers in Uganda or in Kampala versus all the clients,
Mm-hmm.
everyone who is working out. I was doing good. I think I organized like 5 matches, and up to date, they are still doing that.
Oh, nice.
When I'm
Mm-hmm.
not there, they are doing that. It's amazing. But what they are forgetting is like this fitness match. I was trying to bring them together. You know, not only football, but you can come out with idea. Like, do you remember what this guy said about the car, like about stopping the car? And what about if we support him and
Mm-hmm.
we come together as fitness trainers in Uganda? For sure, government they will listen.
Mm-hmm.
And they take us for granted, to be honest, in Uganda. They take fitness industry for.
Yeah.
Also in bodybuilding, if you see bodybuilding, we have so many good bodybuilders, but they are not getting enough prizes. You win and then they give him a TV or a mattress and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. I think
So
in Uganda, the things that do not, that people don't benefit from, they don't give them attention. Like they ignore the
exactly.
things like, oh, no, no, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. What's one piece of advice you would
Yeah.
give to a young Ugandan who is dreaming to make it big on international
Yeah.
platform in fitness or modeling?
I would say trust the process. You know, I remember selling bread in Kampala city. I was working in the shop selling bread, like in the city, I don't know, near Owino. I trusted the process, to be honest. I remember working in the gym earning like 200 Uganda shillings,
Hmm.
you know, trusting the process,
Yeah.
no matter what, it's like you don't, we have this thing in Uganda that ako katono nyo, I can't start with that. When you start with a katono or small amount, that's how they see you.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell also trainers that they always ask me, how can I become a good personal trainer? If you want to become a good personal trainer, you start with a small working under gym, as
Mm-hmm.
very small gym, and you start from there. You never know. The chance will find you there,
Mm-hmm.
and always staying humble and disciplined. For me, I believe I've met people I don't want to mention on internet, but I've
Mm-hmm.
met people like really good people, but through my behavior, like being humble, disciplined, I think I would actually mention them, like A Pass,
Mm-hmm.
Spice Diana, um, Kanare Mugume. Shout out to Kanare Mugume.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me a stage.
Nice.
You know, yeah, he gave me a stage as a fitness trainer. He's one of the guy who really made me famous.
Nice. That's good.
Yes,
So it's
Kanare
good to.
Mugume and
Mm-hmm.
his wife Sasha Ferguson. They made me, like through them I started training all the celebrities in Uganda, and yeah, and me training these people, I never never used to put money in front. Like, oh, I'm training Kanali Mugume. Okay, how much do you charge? I'm like, okay, he's Kanali Mugume. I'm gonna charge him a lot. No, I
Yeah.
say, okay, he's Kanali Mugume. I will just stay easy, but I will look for something through him. I don't know how many rich people I used to train through him who are paying double the price he was paying me,
Right.
you know. And ever since then, Kana Mugume became a friend. All the people I've trained actually became my friend, like all the celebrities, Spice Diana, many celebrities,
Yeah.
Because I didn't put money first.
Yeah.
Money before me. No, you have to put me first, and then of course we need money, but you can't put money always. Like, oh, okay, I want to train APAS. He's a musician. You're gonna give me this amount of money. He will be pushed. You'll be like, okay, I will give you a call. We talk later.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But if you say, okay, let's train, we'll see. And he sees the training is amazing. Yeah.
I like that, and I like you shouting out those people. And the funny part is like the man
Yeah.
APAS. I don't know. These have been 4 consecutive episodes that I'm editing out, but somebody giving shout out. They mentioned the name APAS. I think APAS, and even starts with me. APAS has blessed my podcast. Like, you
Yeah.
might think like this is the Ugandan Boy Talk Show plus APAS because everybody I bring on the podcast, they talk about their journey. They mention that name.
So
He's a
if
great
you
guy.
don't know if you don't know APAS, you'll be like, yeah, he talks a lot, blah 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 blah, blah. APAS is the guy who has been there
Yeah.
consistently. I remember I was fan of APAS when I was like kid. I would even show you posts where I used to post APAS on Facebook, you know. And when I met him, I started talking to him, like became my friend. He's amazing guy.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's not only inspiring people through music, but also like outside in life. He's a guy who can give you time.
Yeah.
When you're
For
talking
real.
to him, when I meet APAS, he's not a celebrity. We're like, like Bade, he gives you time like a friend, you know. He's not like this other celebrity where I'd be like, oh, APAS, like, no, 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 no. No, he gives you time. He's amazing
He's
guy. He
amazing.
live around being a musician, but he's amazing guy. His personalities are like amazing. And he's hardworking.
He is hardworking.
Gym, studio, he's
Yeah,
he's
he
great.
goes
He's
hard
doing
on
great.
everything he does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
He's doing
let's
great.
wrap
Yeah.
this podcast up. I'll ask you 5 questions of rapid fire. It's just give me
Yes,
one
please.
answer. You don't have to explain. And
Okay.
then we'll wrap it up.
Yes.
Hyrox or splinting?
That's a tough one. Hyrox.
Modeling in Germany or modeling in Africa?
Modeling in Germany.
Leg day or chest day?
Leg day.
Summer or winter fashion?
Oh my God. Oh, that's tough. Summer because I have to show my abs.
Yeah. Travel back to Uganda for a year or stay in Germany for more 5 years?
For now, staying here for more 5 years.
What's your favorite Ugandan food you miss?
Oh gosh. It's crazy, but I miss Rolex.
Oh yeah, I miss Rolex. I miss
I
Rolex.
miss I miss Rolex.
I
It's
don't even want to
crazy.
talk about it because I miss it. Oh my god.
I miss fucking Rolex. It's crazy that I don't even miss Selena Hotel Rolex. No,
No,
I miss Street Rolex.
street Rolex. Yeah, man. I'm
Oh
I'm
my
hungry
God.
right now. Uh, one celebrity you would love to train or work with in fashion. It can be both. You can give a fitness and then a fashion.
In fitness, to train with, like train together, that would be USS World.
I,
USS World, I don't know if you know
I
him.
don't know him.
Oh gosh, he's
I'll
my idol,
I'll
and I've
Google.
met him. I've met him like 4 times.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. USS World, in fitness, in fashion, who would be that? Hello, models. That's a tough one actually. Well, let me see. In fashion. Oh, in fashion, who would be that? I would just go with my designer Kaijuka.
Kaijuka. Gym with music or
Hmm.
gym in silence?
Gym with music.
If you could choose only one, being
Yeah.
Mr. Africa or being a professional Hyrox athlete, which one would you choose?
Being um being Mr. Africa.
Yeah, that comes with a lot. Anyway, I have final 3 that I ask everybody. Still short answer. What's a life lesson you've learned in life to this point?
That no matter where you come from, you can be someone, and you can be somewhere.
Exactly. What gets you excited about life?
Being a parent, maybe one day.
Yeah.
I love kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final one. I think actually you already mentioned him. Who would you like to see on this podcast next as a guest? And you help me bring the person here.
I have actually 2.
Okay.
One is Kaijuka Abbas.
Okay.
Fashion industry. He's good at that. And second is Joshua, the runner, the marathon runner.
Oh, Josh. Oh, yeah. Okay. You will connect me to them, and we'll have them on this podcast. So thank you very much.
I'm good. I'm good in contact with them. I can do that.
All right. Stephen, again, thank you very much for the opportunity to talking to the people and having a conversation with you. It's amazing.
Thank you very much.
I can't wait to see you win everything else you're going to win in the future and following your journey, representing our country. We love and support you. Anything we need. I know you were in a competition. Is this still going on or is it done? You were posting.
This year I don't have any competition, but no, not yet. I have competition coming. I think for sprinting and for Hyrox maybe I will be a few months coming. Yeah,
we'll be there to support and anything you need from us, we'll be there to give the support.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey there, my name is Bonnie Chibuka, the podcast host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a feedback on this podcast because that's how we grow. Thank you very much and be blessed.
Yeah, my name is Steven, Mr. Africa International. I've been hosted on this podcast by Bash. You should come and watch. And, I've been talking about my fitness in journey, modeling journey, how it is to be a Mr. Africa International, representing Uganda to the world. And you should come and watch this. It's gonna be amazing. You will be inspired, trust me. And don't forget to follow Bash, to follow this podcast on YouTube. Go and subscribe. Instagram, TikTok, all the social media handles, guys. He's doing great. Yeah.
Moldy day. Now go do that.
It's crazy that I spoke all this without saying some Uganda.
I know.
Okay, I want to say some words to my country people.
Okay,
guys, thank you for listening.
I thought you were gonna say in English in Uganda.
I'm gonna switch.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Mbalamusiza banyabone basebo the Vampita Steven. Then I will switch to another language. Nabalamusya nibanyita Steven Sunday. Okay, I will switch to another language. Mambo, jina yangu ni Steven. What else? One more. Balamukize abanyoro, bamoti na wakiki, amabaragange.
Miyamoto.